Hey, I know it's been a minute. Welcome back to the Wrestle Show. I haven't really been doing much on this channel. It's basically just been a place where I occasionally upload something about wrestling and especially the WWE. I've been focused on some other stuff and I decided I'd come back and put a video here. One, because there was some big news, which has been one of the reasons I haven't been all that interested in this channel a whole lot, is the fact that I haven't been able to find a lot of news. Just the same, everybody, a lot of speculation and stuff, but not a lot of news from the wrestling industry that I've been seeing for the last few months. The last time I heard big news like anything near this big was Enzo Amore being fired. And this is, I think, a lot bigger than Enzo Amore being fired. So I'm glad those of you that are around to watch, thanks for watching. Those of you that just tuned in to watch, there again, thanks for watching. Let's get right on to the information I have for you today. First off, big news out of the WWE. I mean, this was like huge news to me. I was never a huge fan of the guy as a character, but his in-ring performance was amazing, and it was really sad to see him have to retire as he did 2 years ago. And that is Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan has been cleared to return to the WWE in ring action. From what I have been able to read on Twitter, he was involved in some stuff yesterday on SmackDown after it was announced that he was cleared to wrestle again. I don't know what we have going forward with Daniel Bryan, but I think it's great that he's going to be able to be back back in the ring. I may not have cared much for his character, but his in-ring ability, even against bigger competitors, it's just amazing. It's fun to watch him wrestle. Whether or not you care for his character, you got to admit that the man can do some cool stuff in the ring, and he's a very high impact, high intensity wrestler, which I enjoy watching. Of course, a lot of people have said that Daniel Bryan should never wrestle again because of his concussions, and that Daniel Bryan, at the beginning, a lot of people were naysayers saying that he was too small, not big enough, not going to be able to be a main eventer in the WWE. And he may have entered WrestleMania, and he became the WWE champion. So obviously, the hard work that he has put in has really helped his efforts out a lot. And the fact that he was apparently able to heal some of the things by just being away from the game, from wrestling for a while, kind of helped him apparently heal from some of his concussion problems. So Daniel Bryan, congratulations on being able to get back in the ring. I don't know what the future holds for you, but I hope you're staying in the WWE, and I hope you're able to wrestle for a good foreseeable future. And then this takes me to my next thing, my complaint. The Bludgeon Brothers. This is one of the most cheese-tastic and ridiculous tag teams I have ever seen in my life. You got Luke Harper and Eric Rowan repackaged as the Bludgeon Brothers, acting exactly as they did when they were Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. The only thing they added were these cheese-tastic, fake-ass mallets or hammers. They don't even make a sound when they hit the ground, folks. I mean, at least when Triple H had sledgy and stuff, at least it was a real sledgehammer, at least sounded real when it made contact with the ground. I mean, it's just totally ridiculous what I'm seeing. Every time they come out, I want to change the channel or go do something else. And I don't understand why they repackaged them this way if they're going to act in the exact same way they did when they were already packaged together as a tag team in the past. If you're going to make a new tag team, make them entirely different. People are going to say, "Oh, well, they slap each other before they do certain moves." So that's not really a change in attitude or a change in the way they do things. They should have just left them, as Harper and Rowan. That's what they should have done. And let them be more vicious and more violent and give them a good push. Because they've always been a good tag team. But this is just terrible. Just because they give them new clothes and big fake rubber mallets, that makes them cool? No. That's ridiculous. It's one of the dumbest things I have seen in a very, very long time. Lastly, a little bit of another congratulations I think is in order. On Raw this week, WWE announced that Mark Henry would be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Of course, back in 2011, Mark Henry captured the WWE title and welcomed everybody to his, I believe he called it the Halls of Pain. And I think it's really cool to see Mark Henry, being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I've been a fan of his since the late '90s. All the way back to his sexual chocolate days, which is kind of funny, especially with the Mae Young bit. But he was also a really talented wrestler. Not to mention, he was considered the strongest man in the world for a good long time. And because of his ability, his weightlifting ability and stuff like that, the WWE decided they wanted him in their company, and he's been really good for the company ever since. He's always wrestling, he's always coming back whenever the WWE needs him for something, and I hope we still see him around. But of course, he hasn't really been in the ring much. But I'd like to see him at least on TV a little bit, because he's Mark Henry, for crying out loud. He's fun to watch. I hate to see him just ride off into the sunset and never be seen again. Because I enjoyed some of those characters from back in the late '90s. Mark Henry, The Godfather, people like that. And a lot of them you don't see except on specials. Anyhow, it's fun to be making another video for this channel. I didn't think I'd be doing one anytime soon, but here we are. By the way, if you like YouTube drama, political news, or sport news, or anything like that, check me out on over on the Big Rant Show here on YouTube, as well as I got a series coming up on the Gimp of the Channel YouTube channel, where I'll be going through different areas here in Nacogdoches, Texas, known as the oldest town in Texas, and going through some historical sites and some of the best eateries here in town. And maybe we'll get out and see some other sites as well. Maybe get out and see some of the live music we do occasionally here in Nacogdoches, and maybe some of our other places and bars and such that we have here in town. Some are good, some are kind of garbage. So we'll see what we do on that front. But the first video I should have for you in the next few weeks, I'm going to try and go get the recording done this week. And hopefully I'll be able to get the editing done for next week. Anyhow, thanks for joining me. And come back for the Wrestle Show. Be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell. That way you know when I put something out, because I may not be uploading consistently here right now. Anyhow, y'all have a great day.